Hello. A tricky question. It doesn't matter where it came from, what started it in my mind, but the tricky question is, we've got a hypothetical girl here. No, woman, or whatever you should call them. 24. She's normal. She is accustomed to cock. She's met quite a few in various shapes, sizes, and ways and means. She's normal. She's used to dildos and fingers and tongues and soft fruit. She's normal. 24, I said she was. So 6 years she's been pretty conversant with cock. But one day she gets an uninvited intruder. So we're obviously talking rape here. Now the question is, and linked to my last videos, what is it here that ruins her life? Now, I don't think this is going to balance it out, but let's think for me, because this is how I came into this, actually backwards, yeah. If for some major hiccup cock-up of life I was arrested and put into the local clink, and things like you read in the papers or see in the movies actually happened to me, that the three under thugs of the thug boss hold me down, and the big thug boss bangs my bottom with his bits, I get basically buggered. Because this is what started it, I was kind of thinking, well, how would I initially react to this? And you can never know, obviously, because you can never know. But I would have thought that after about a second, I would be thinking, oh, you silly sods. And I'd do the appropriate thing afterwards of reporting it or doing the sensible thing with the authorities. But I don't think it'd ruin my life at all. I wouldn't really be in the slightest bit bothered. You know, it wouldn't be the best day of my life. But really, after a second, I'd be going, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And thinking what silly buggers the buggering boss was. Okay, so you got you, me, and the girl. Woman. I think, then the reason I've made this video, I ran into trouble because I thought, well, a lot of what we were talking about in the other videos is kind of an age thing. But if the woman was a 50-year-old woman that got the unwanted breaking and entering, no, I still don't think it'd be as bad as the younger woman, the 24-year-old. And I think we could even link it back to a 12-year-old, but I imagine that you just won't want to go there. So we won't go there. So we've got the 24-year-old woman and the 50-year-old woman. I think it'd be less important for the 50-year-old woman. All right, still a disaster. But the thinky for this video is, why is it such a disaster? The only thing that I came up with, again, because I go to genetics first, so I think, well, it's genetics, but it's as in what I think that you would be thinking it is. And again, like on the other things, I don't think it is the genetics that you think it is. Like you would think, well, it's genetically important for the female to control entry to her birth canal. Reverse operation, as in who she gives birth, whose children she gives birth to. Is it so important that it is genetically so registered, so important in the head, that has to be controlled, and she breaks down if it's not. I have given this 2 or 3 minutes thought, and I don't think it's very strong, like I didn't think the other genetic things were very strong. But I don't also think it's completely social, societal either. Let's say, obviously. But you've got that in spades, as people say nowadays. As in yesterday we had, oh, I'm engaged. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm going to have a child. Oh, that's wonderful. I've been raped. And words just can't, if, let's say, my niece, I don't have one, by the way, and it came to conversation with Uncle Mystic that I've been raped, what am I meant to say? I've got to go along with, that is terrible, or I'll be off the Christmas card list for the rest of my life. So what I'm saying is society doesn't help, but it could be that society sees the horror of it for what it is that I'm not seeing. As in, but I very much doubt it. I would think it's like all things, society's really not given it any thought at all and just goes along with the rape is terrible thing. Which, let me say, because I've got to, haven't I? It is. It is. But why is it? This is the question. This is my channel, and it's a little bit deeper than we all know that rape is terrible and move on. It's why is it terrible? And why is it terrible? Probably more the younger you are. And obviously you've got to relink back to the last videos that I've just deleted. But I'm sure you can remember them. So what is it for that 24-year-old that is used to all sorts of things, but really gets broken down completely by a new and strange thing? I don't blame you if you don't comment, but if you want to give it a try, give it a try, or not.